guys, it's Jennifer Nichole here, and today I'm going to be showing you a foundation review. I have it on my skin right now, and it is the bareMinerals Bareskin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. Now this is not like a brand new foundation that came out or anything. I just don't feel like this gets enough attention, so I thought I would do a quick review for you guys on this foundation. So if you want to see that, then just keep watching. Okay, so this is the bareMinerals foundation in Bareskin. Bareskin is what it's called, and it's the Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. This is supposed to be a buildable foundation so you can get sheer to full coverage. I got the shade Bare Linen 03, so you can do like one drop and you'll get sheer coverage, and then 2 you get more medium, and then 3 to 4 you're gonna get more of a full coverage. It's supposed to have like skincare ingredients infused in this. That's what like the serum part is. So you're just supposed to shake it. Okay, I'm just gonna start with one drop, as you can see right here. Now I don't use a sponge at all with this, just because I know, because it is so thin, and I've tried it before, but it's just so thin, it just gets soaked right up. So sometimes if it is looking a little weird, I'll go in with a sponge after and just buff it in, smooth everything out. Also, if this eye makeup looks a little bit old, it's because it is. I put it on at 8 o'clock this morning, and then it is 10:30 at night, so it's been on a full day. Okay, so here's one layer. As you can see, my acne and everything is still poking through a little bit. You can still see a little bit of my freckles, but it just kind of evened out my complexion. So now I'm going to go in with a second drop, and I'm going to focus most of the product on my jawline, just because that is where my acne is the most prevalent, so I really want to put the most amount of coverage right there. Now the nice thing is, this definitely holds up to its claim of being lightweight. This is an extremely lightweight feeling foundation. Now I have found that building it up a little bit, it can start to bunch, and it has like these little, it like rolls, it kind of like pills. Anyways, it's really weird. So that's the one reason one thing I really don't like about it is it can cling to dry patches, and then it can kind of just like flake. Okay, so I'm going to apply one more drop for a full coverage look. I would say this is more of a light to medium coverage. It does claim to be full, but I feel like if you build it up that much, like any more than 3 drops kind of seems like a push. Any more than that, I start to have some things like the product bunching up a little bit, and it just doesn't build as beautifully as I would like it to. Before I continue, so I don't look ghostly, I'm going to put on this Stay Matte liquid lipstick. Okay, so now back to the foundation. Everything's kind of set a little bit, so I'm just going to go through again where I get my creases and buff that out right before we just set it with powder. Okay, so now to set it, I'm going to take this Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Oh my goodness, I just love this powder. I like it better than the Tarte powder, and I like it significantly better than the RCMA No Color powder. First of all, this packaging is just really hard because it has like a spice jar lid. But even just packaging aside, this really just never dries out my skin. I can apply and set everything and it still looks really pretty. It definitely does mattify your look a little bit more. Like, as you can see, I have a little bit of shine going on my forehead, mostly just reflecting from the lights, but as I powder that up, it goes completely matte. Okay, so zoomed in, you can tell everything looks really nice. I do find throughout the day this creasing will continue and it kind of gets a little bit more prominent, but I like it for the most part. It's really lightweight, it's really comfortable, and it makes your skin and balances it out really nice without feeling like you have a ton of makeup. So I really like that aspect about it, that it is so lightweight, claims to not cause any acne or clog any of your pores. For a while, like, I had acne all through my jawline, and then I just had like all of these texture all over my skin, which I still have going on, just not near severe. Okay, so now I'm just going to apply bronzer, and what I've been loving for bronzer is actually cinnamon, like the spice, the cooking cinnamon. And I would definitely do more research. I mean, I researched it a little bit, and it's supposed to reduce inflammation and acne, so it should be good for your skin. But as always, there's always a lot of different varying opinions, so make sure you check it out for yourself first. But I just really love how natural this looks. Also, it is super inexpensive. Now this I do find that you do have to be a little bit careful because if you apply too much, it can start to look a little bit patchy, which it is right now, so I just buff it in a little bit more. But overall, I really like the look it gives, and I think it's pretty nice. Okay, so I'm using a different bronzer just to see if that reacts weird as well. I'm going to use the e.l.f. St. Lucia bronzer right here, and I just want to see if that still gets patchy, if it's like a foundation thing, or if it is the cinnamon products I'm using. So I don't know if you can tell, but it is super patchy here. So I really do think it's the way it's reacting to the foundation. Because I do wear this foundation as more of a light foundation, I don't often apply a lot of bronzer to it. But if you are wanting to apply a lot of bronzer and do a full glam look, I think you're gonna have a hard time blending everything together with this product, just because it does kind of like cling and everything gets a little bit patchy, and now I have like a bronze helmet going on. So, okay, in the comments, let me know what your guys' favorite thing about fall is, because I don't know, I just really love like the styles, the clothing. Okay, so now I'm just blending it down my neck, and I'm going to apply a little bit more on my neck. So now I'm going to take the blush from the St. Lucia palette as well, and I'm just going to take that and apply it all over my cheeks. Now this is like a super hard formula. I would not actually recommend purchasing this, just because like I just have to like dig in order to get anything out of this blush. And I mean, I like being able to build things up and not being super pigmented right off the start, but I mean, this is like ridiculous amount of just applying some blush. Now I'm going to take some setting spray and spritz my brush, and then I'm going to take the e.l.f. highlighter in Moonlight Pearl, and I have just been loving this highlight a lot lately. I love the shades in the Carly Bible palette, but I always end up with like glitter falling down my cheeks, and that doesn't happen with this, so I definitely like that aspect of it, and I feel like it just kind of blends into the skin a little bit nicer. So I just touched up my brows because I got some foundation and powder in them, and now I'm just going to take this Vivid Hot Lacquer in the shade 64 Unreal, and I'm just going to apply that on top of this liquid lipstick. This is the finished result, how the foundation looks on my skin. You can see the tiniest bit of acne poking through, some of my sunspots, but overall I think it's just a really pretty finish. I really enjoy this foundation. I just don't like how it can be a little bit bunchy sometimes. When my skin is behaving a little bit more, the foundation really works. When my skin is a little bit more on the dry side, it's just not the best, but I have that same problem with most foundations. This one is like the only one though that kind of like actually balls up. So just take that in consideration when you're purchasing this foundation. It is $30. I do again feel like the finish looks really, really pretty, and the coverage is really nice and looks really natural. As you can see, it starts to settle in to my smile lines a little bit more. But overall, it's a really beautiful foundation. I really do like it. There's a few, cons, and there's several pros. So I will leave it up to you guys to decide if this is going to be a foundation you purchase. Those are my thoughts. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and tell me your favorite thing about fall. I'm super excited to hear about it. Okay, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.